Good afternoon. This is another of the continuing series of videos that we're doing on the Russian pyramid research. Today we're going to be talking about human behavioral aspects of pyramid use. And this video is entitled Russian Geometry Pyramid Fields Drastically Improve Prisoner Behavior. Just as in the United States, the Russians have their fair share of prisoners, and most of the time they're not the nicest folks on the planet. So this turned out to be a great opportunity to put the Russian pyramid research to work. Essentially what was done was they decided to see if table salt, simple table salt that was placed under the Russian geometry pyramid, would have any sort of an impact on the behavior of the prison population in Russia. So if you look at the page, you'll see the focus was to determine the effect of pyramid-treated table salt on the behavior of a population of about 6,000 prisoners in Russia. The methodology that was used was after placement of the table salt inside the pyramid, over 5 tons of salt were distributed and used for cooking and table use by the nutrition services of prisons within the Russian Federal Penitentiary Service, housing over 6,000 prisoners. On the next page, we'll see the results, and once again, these results are just amazing. The incidence of criminal behavior in the prisons using this salt virtually disappeared within a few months, suggesting a corresponding increase in feelings of peacefulness and goodwill among the inmates within the facilities. According to Dr. Golod, after 6 months of using the table salt, the employees of those institutions spoke the same basic idea that, quote, the prisoners were acting so much nicer that people wondered whether we had somehow replaced the entire prison population. After 11 months, the following statistics were calculated at these prisons. The death rate among the prisoners dropped by 3.5 times. Serious crimes reached 0. And the number of rule violations within the prisons decreased by 3 times. This experience led Dr. Golod to desire to study the mechanism of what had actually happened with the prisoners. And so he accomplished subsequent tests on mice that showed reduced aggressiveness. Now, for those of you who have seen our previous videos, we've discussed that topic previously. And those reductions in aggressiveness, in the words of Dr. Golod, represented within the mice an acquired resistance to stress. Now I don't know if that's a translational thing, but I found that to be a fascinating choice of words because it sounds like something that might actually be permanent or at least semi-permanent. And it would be fascinating, once again, if we were to ever, become cognizant of the power of this pyramid energy and use it to see what might happen with prisoners. We might find that the recidivism rate of people outside of prison might go down. We might be able to give them some pyramid water, some salt, give them a pyramid, whatever it is. To see if that could improve or lower the recidivism rate for prisoners. And of course, the same thing applies for addictions of all sorts, and we'll get into that in later discussions. But suffice it to say that that term, acquired resistance to stress, I have to say in my own life, thank goodness I've never been a prisoner, but I have experienced such a sense of peace once I placed that pyramid into my bedroom. Those of you who've listened to my previous videos will know that I've stated that before. So again, not at all surprising that we'd see these results, because each and every time I study these results on the Russian research, I've experienced the very same thing myself. So, hope this is helpful. Once again, have your friends listen to these. Please get the word out on Russian pyramids and pyramids in general. We need to be looking at these and using these in our society for the betterment of all mankind. Hope this has been helpful, and you have a great day.